I'm Kim Hollas with the Nimesh Patel Group at Remax Fine Properties. Welcome to this year's first episode of Discover Richmond, Texas with Kim. It's a new year and Richmond, Texas has a new mayor, Mayor Becky Kennelly Haas. I first met Mayor Haas a little more than a year ago. I was doing some shopping right here along Morton Street in downtown Richmond. She owned a business at the time called J Wood Trading Company that featured antiques and collectibles. I walked in and we struck up a conversation. We had an immediate connection, our love of Richmond, Texas. Why don't we go meet her right now? So I'm here with Mayor Haas today. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy schedule to meet with us. You share a love of Richmond like I do, and your family was part of the original Old 300?
I am a direct descendant of one of Austin's original 300 settlers. Our family name was Pentecost, and our homestead was where Brazos Bend State Park is. So we've been here forever. Growing up in Richmond, I wish that every child could have the opportunity to grow up in a town like this. It was so safe. We would get on our bicycles, we would ride all day long and not be home until, well, you had to be home by supper time or you're gonna be in big trouble. But we went everywhere, and it's just, the roads here, it was just so safe. I felt so secure, and I hope that other people will move to Richmond and feel the same thing that I felt.
So what are the biggest changes that you've seen in Richmond over the years, good and bad?
The good is we've got a lot more traffic coming through, people passing through Richmond, and they're stopping, they're wanting to know what we're about. I did have a retail store in Richmond, and I would always direct them to the museum so that they would be able to get some of our history. We have such deep history.
Yes.
And we were the beginning of Texas. We've got so many people that fought hard, and this is where they settled.
Yeah, that's great. Do you see Richmond, the growth of Richmond, as a positive? I mean, it seems like it's getting busier, and even though we're kind of landlocked, we don't have a whole, can't branch out too much. Do you see it as a positive, or do you see us losing part of our history, or do you see it just growing?
I do not see us losing any history, because history's there forever. What I do see are a lot of new subdivisions coming in, which it excites me because we've got more people that are going to be learning about Richmond, and there's so many things to do, and it's always good to have more people. Plus, it's a little bit more tax base for us.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
always a good
yeah.
thing, right?
Yes.
If you could point to one particular thing, what is your favorite location spot in Richmond?
My favorite location spot in Richmond is Morton Cemetery. It's very peaceful. Lamar's buried there. He was the second president of the Republic of Texas. Jane Long is buried there. She is the mother of Texas. There's a man named Mr. Smith. He was one of the few survivors at the massacre in Goliad.
Right.
So, I mean, it just goes on and on. It really does. Jeff Smith was here.
Right.
Yeah. It's just.
That's
yeah.
great. It's a beautiful place. It actually is a great cemetery. What is your goal or your vision for Richmond as mayor? Do you have big plans in mind? I mean, I know it's probably overwhelming. I mean.
Well, it is a little overwhelming, but yes, I do. I believe that Richmond is too close to Houston not to be a destination place. I think Richmond is a diamond in the rough. We just need to start polishing up and go a little bit at a time around the stone, and we're going to really shine. We just have a lot to offer that nobody knows.
Yeah, yes. Oh, that's great. I really like to hear that.
I shouldn't say nobody knows, but...
Right. A lot of people don't know.
Right.
Yeah.
We have some people moving in from different states.
Right.
And they can make a whole day here.
Right, right. Well, very good. Well, I really appreciate your time today. We are excited to see what the mayor has in store for Richmond. Mayor Haas, it was a pleasure talking with you today. Thank you so much for taking the time. You are absolutely the perfect ambassador for the city of Richmond. Your love of Richmond runs deep, and it honestly shows, and we're glad to have you as mayor.
I appreciate that. I really do.
Oh, you're welcome.
Yes,
It's an honor. Until next time, discover Richmond, Texas with Kim.